Beyond the Veil, Navigating the Great Awakening, a special series on Survivor Angels.
It's time for Survivor Angels, an approach to strengthen trauma survivors. Here, you can escape what draws negativity and engage your positive abilities and the gifts that you've always had. Let's activate your angels. And to help you on that journey, here's Chaplain Jodi.
Welcome, everyone, to the month of June 2026. And if what is sitting over Jen's shoulder tells you anything about what we're going to talk about, love the wine bottle, Jen.
Yeah, let the party begin, right? This is a month of getting it done and enjoying.
Yes, there's going to be a whole lot of honesty and truth evolving over the month, don't you think?
Yep, absolutely. I keep hearing awakening.
Yep. It's all about alignment, I think, is what it is. Because you face it, you can't align unless you're being honest with yourself and with others and blah, 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 right? You down the line. So, yes. So what's the first thing that kind of bubbles up for you, in under that umbrella for June?
What I get is everything we've been working on this year from January and the new cycle of the year and the one starting a whole new decade of experience comes true now. So all the hard work, all that, this doesn't serve me. I hate using that term, but whatever's not aligning with you, like you said, and you've consciously made that choice, I'm done. I'm done with dealing with this. I'm not doing this anymore. I've made my boundaries. I'm sticking to my boundaries. I'm realigning my thought patterns and I'm going for it. This is the month to do it. May 31st with the moon. This moon cycle is powerful. And this is like, okay, now or never. Jump on the ship or we're going without you. And it opens up. And so all those things that we have aligned, all those thoughts, all those processes, whether or not you're staying in your marriage, whether or not you're staying in your business, whether or not you're starting a new business, whether or not you decide to get healthy and do something about it, or I'm going to take this class, I'm going to do this. You are now given permission, not only in your mind, but universally, to go do it. This is the month. Because guess what? You're not going to get a chance like this. You are going to be propelled forward in your endeavors to do what you're going to do.
Yeah, this is
go do it.
Yeah, it's preparation for the rest of the year is what it really is. And so what angels were giving me is keep it simple, stupid. It's the KISS principle. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Make your decisions and follow through. And that's going to help take care of the mud and the clutter and the muck and whatever you want to call it so that you can do that.
It's the setup for the next 10 years. Don't forget that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Without a doubt. How do you see, what are some of the key ways we're supposed to do that? You said what it was, but what's the how piece that you're seeing?
The how is being true to yourself, being honest. For Pete's sake, be honest with yourself, right? So I'm a firm believer in mind, body, spirit, right? And so mid-month of this month, May, I'm like, something's off.
June.
Well,
we're going into June.
Right, but May, I started feeling a certain way.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, mind, body, spirit. What am I not doing? How am I not balancing? It's actually taking a step back and being honest with yourself and saying, what do I need to propel myself and get myself ready for this? So I canceled all my mediumship things. I didn't take on any more clients to work on me and balance and my mind and energy. I needed to balance. And we always tell people, take care of yourself and this and that. We need to take our own advice. I needed to step back. And so I'm being honest with myself that, you know what? in order for me to be good at my word, I need to do the same thing. I need to take my own advice. So I think that is the biggest key, is people need to be honest with themselves. Are they really working on themselves? Are they really doing the work? Are they really going to take that step? Are they just, telling themselves that, or telling everybody else to make it look good online and Instagram or whatever? Be true to yourself. Be true to your word, because words have magic. Words have meaning. Words propel us. That is the catalyst for getting things done in the universe. The universe hears. If you're yeah, and not being truthful, it's not going to happen. Everybody talks about manifestation. You know what? When you speak the truth and you own and you follow through, that is the catalyst to make things work. So I think that is the key.
Yep. I love it every month when we get together and we do this. Because, like we told everybody before, we don't talk to each other in between, except to text about how's the garden doing, things like that. Yep. But so when we come together, you're bringing what spirit gives you. I'm bringing what angels give me. This is what angels gave me.
Oh, I'm excited.
This is going to be about body, mind, and spirit.
Oh my God, I love it.
Worded a little different. But so the first thing is the body part, the exhaustion. And that's actually both body and mind. But it's our bodies want simplification too. They want cleaner environments. They want quieter schedules instead of all this crazy run here, run there, all of that kind of stuff. Grounding foods. Change your diet. It's summertime. Go to the farmer's market. Get some of that really good organic stuff that hasn't been sprayed with 40 gazillion chemicals and everything. Hydration. Oh my gosh, hydration was a big thing the angels were giving me. And sunlight. Go outside and play like a kid.
Yeah.
Go out and do chalk drawings, for Pete's sakes, on your driveway. Find a neighbor kid and play kickball with them. Something like that. And then, mentally, our brains are exhausted right now. And I'm like you, middle of May, I noticed it big time. I'm going, why do I keep getting these headaches? By the end of the day, I would say to my husband, I've got a headache again. And he would say, well, did you drink enough water? And it might have gone to the, the hydration piece. Maybe I didn't that day. But I also was rolling with things I thought I should be doing. And I got rid of a lot of stuff since the middle of May already. But what happened for me, and maybe happened with a lot of you that are listening out there, is my nervous system got all out of whack because of it. That's what the mental piece is about, is your nervous system. And if you don't keep anything else healthy, you've got to keep that healthy first. That is the first big thing, because your nervous system literally regulates everything in your body. So keep that in mind. And then on the spirit side, your emotions, grief. If you haven't experienced it already, grief is going to be a key thing moving into June. Because, as you said a few minutes ago, Jen, relationships could change, jobs could change, careers could change, and who knows what else. You can't have those changes without going through a grief process. Right. It's simply not possible, because that's how our brains and our emotions are wired. So if you haven't already started on that journey, you probably will. And you just need to understand that that grief piece is normal, and just roll with it, and it's one of those things where it might take a day and you get yourself pulled out of it. It might be a month. It might be 6 weeks. I don't know, because as we say on the show a bazillion times, everybody is different. Right. But just know that it's okay. It's okay. And if you want to cry, cry. Just sit down and have a good cry. If you want to have a pillow fight, have a pillow fight. even if it's just with your bedpost
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah. Change is inevitable.
right?
And change often, produces new growth, either spiritually, mentally, physically. I think this month, especially, even if you are going through something hard, just know that tomorrow could be a better day and that you're going through something hard for a reason. So honor it, honor it, honor how you're feeling, honor, the successes and the failures, and even in the failures, there's something to learn.
Mhm.
Just know that there is more on the works, and this is a month of new opportunity. So when a door closes, another one will open. You just have to be grateful of the experience, good or bad, and move forward knowing that there's something else. And maybe I'm just in grief and I can't see it yet. Maybe I need to lick my wounds a little bit, and that's okay. Honor how you're feeling, but also be able to let it go. You can't sit and fester.
Right.
And so I know a lot of us have trauma and that kind of stuff. And at some point, you got to say, enough, enough. I mean, that was part of my work in May, taking my 2 weeks off and saying, I have past trauma. I have past stress. I'm done. I'm not living in that space anymore. I'm releasing it. And oh my God, just a perspective change and happier I've been.
I
Um,
know.
just from that mindset, just from saying enough. Now is the time. Now, especially in June, is my new opportunity, and I'm taking it.
Right.
Total different mindset.
Yep. You talked about one door closes, another one opens. That
Mhm.
next one that opens might not be the final door in
Right.
that chapter for you. And that's okay too. It's just another turning of the page. And as we talked about in past podcasts, that's a threshold to cross.
Yeah.
Thresholds are put there to keep you moving forward. You just need to step across it and
Right.
close that door behind you.
Right.
Don't forget to close the door. That's okay. You can do that. The piece about nobody likes change, but life is about change. No 2 days are the same
Right.
at all. Every day something has changed because it's a new day.
Right.
It is not going to be the same as yesterday. And it's cliche at this point, but I think it was Franklin Roosevelt that said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Absolutely.
That's it. So quit being afraid because fear is just
Yeah.
an
Fear
emotion.
it holds you back. It holds you back from experiencing and growing. Clouds your judgment. When we make decisions in fear, we make it out of our primal trying to keep us safe. And sometimes that could be the worst decisions you can make. Always, somebody had said, always do something once a day that scares the hell out of you.
That's awesome advice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's how you grow. May not be perfect, but when you experience something different, okay, that's a new experience. It's something to grow from, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so knowing that, just keep that in mind. Why am I
Mhm.
afraid? Is it because it's unknown and it's foreign? Or is this something that's going to challenge me? Is this something that is going to make me grow and be uncomfortable doing, which could be great for you?
Right. That's how we learn. I mean, as continuation of what you're saying is think about what am I supposed to learn from this? Ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
Why am I going through this? What is it that I need that I'm being taught in
Yeah.
this situation?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And yeah, and that then helps give you the motivation to move through it then because it's like it almost in a way, not of course in every situation because some of them, like you said, are traumatic, but it's almost like there's a little excitement then. Oh, what am I going to learn? Or what
Yeah.
can I do with that piece that I learn?
And even if you're forced to go through it, and be fearful, breathe, right? Breathe.
Yes.
Because more than likely, it's not going to be as bad as you think,
Right.
right? And then once you go through it and go, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Maybe this isn't a bad thing. Which I think is going to be foreign for a lot of people this month. I think this month is going to be amazing. I think the energy is amazing. I think the opportunities are amazing. In strange, different ways. I think there's going to be a lot of prosperity. I think the index is going to go up. I'm hearing that June is the month the war stops over
in Iran. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm
over
hearing that over there, not here. But I feel like the opportunities, spirituality, oh God, I think people's security, feeling secure is going to really be pronounced this month. Yeah, everything's going to get better, economy-wise, etc. So I think people have been stressing, and maybe that's why we're feeling that this last month, June, with things clearing up. I think people are going to be able to breathe, which will carry us into July for that 250th year anniversary of our country. I think we're on the uptick right now. And I think that's just the change in momentum of the energy that people are feeling and that are making people feel uncomfortable. But this is a go to do it month. I'm going to enjoy June because June is like a little rest.
Yeah. Angel Download said it's going to be a strong undercurrent of truth telling in everything this month. And like relationships, it's going to be like mirrors. Don't let that scare you.
Right.
Because in that, it was interesting. I had one of our event attendees reach out to me today. And she said, for the first time in my life, a couple of weeks ago, she said, I actually looked in the mirror and smiled at myself. She said, I can't tell you the last time that I did that. She said, I put on my makeup every day and everything.
Right.
But I don't remember the last time I just flat out spontaneously smiled. And I thought, yes,
right.
That's what's going to be happening here.
And make that contagious. Do that every day.
Yeah.
Whether you feel like it or not, do it every day.
Yep.
Muscle memory. How I look at myself, how I feel. Even if I don't feel my best, I'm going to smile and I'm going to go out there and show the world, right? Because even if that's what we're projecting, it will eventually sink in, right? You have these little Post-it notes on your mirror. I love you. You're a good person. You're empathetic, whatever. One day those will click.
Yep.
And you might find out you like yourself more than you know.
Yep. It's like, I tell people too, the first thing when you wake up in the morning, even before you roll out of bed, just wrap your arms around yourself and hug yourself.
Yeah.
I wake up. Hug you.
Yeah. I wake up every day with gratitude. Oh gosh, I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Another day to do good in the world, right?
Yeah.
And that's the way you got to look at every day, every hour, every minute with gratitude.
Yep. And you've got help. You are not alone. So Michael has been jumping up and down like he's on a trampoline, Archangel Michael, and he's going, I'm here, I'm going to protect you. Now, what does it mean when Michael says he's going to protect you? What that means is he's not going to stop bad things from happening to you.
Right.
But he is going to give you guidance for you to hopefully not walk into those situations.
Yeah.
That's how Michael protects you. He can't do it for you. He can just give you the red flag, and you need to pay attention. Then Gabriel is the other one that my chatty Cathy Gabriel, who has just been saying, talk inwardly with yourself so that you can have those outward conversations, whether it's about relationships or jobs or career or whatever the case might be this month. Then you've got Uriel, who Uriel, I've always thought Uriel was a female. Now you have to remember that angels are genderless, first of all. And of course, it's we as humans that name them. So I always think that Uriel has a more feminine side. I couldn't tell you if that's true or not, but just in readings and things that I've gotten. And so Uriel brings in the piece of discernment. So as you've got Gabriel sitting there going yakety, 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 yak, you also are going to have Uriel right there going, all right, now think about this and think about that. And don't move too fast. So you've got some really solid help in your corner.
Yeah.
That when you're thinking, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed by this. I don't want to do, I'm just going to shut down. I'm going to ignore it all. I'm going to go to bed and forget about it. Don't do that because you are not alone.
Right.
You got amazing help sitting there with you.
Now, I have a question for you because
Okay.
I keep hearing that there's going to be a lot more stuff coming about aliens, etc. And I keep hearing about spiritual awakening, that people are actually going to start questioning faith-based things, where they stand. What does this mean? What are you getting specifically on that?
Yes. There's with that, I have been getting downloaded like to the max
Yeah.
because they're going to question things like angels. First of all, well, who are these entities? That's a huge one. The UFO piece. I'm going to tell all of our listeners right now, the Bible and other scripture and ancient texts talk about aliens. I'm reserving that for another point in time and in another setting. But I will tell you that one day when I went to my home congregation, when I was in seminary, one of the pastors who was just a member of the congregation asked me, he said, so have you learned about the aliens yet in seminary? And we had just kind of started talking about him. And he was one of my trusted, clergy that I
Right.
felt that I could talk with, because I will
Yeah.
tell you, they don't all fall into that category. And so I thought, okay, because I have thought that since I was a child, that there are aliens. And again, that's a story for another time.
Right.
Another piece that everyone is talking about with spirituality and faith and everything is, how much do you trust the Bible? Because you have the Ethiopian Bible that has come front and center, that people are saying, why aren't these books included in the current Bible? Okay, now one thing people have to realize is the Christian Bible. So, like, I was raised Lutheran, and the Catholic Bible, which, Jen, that's what you were raised with,
Right.
are not the same books.
Right.
The Catholic Bible has more books in it than the Christian Bible does. The Ethiopian Bible has way more than both of them.
Yep.
And so people are going, well, so why is that? And I will tell you flat out right now, it's because of us humans. Because the church at the time, when all of these changes happened, said that can't be in because it took power away from us. That can't be in because it took authority away from us. That can't be in because they'll never believe us again if we say that's true.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think of the heretic times, right? And what would be too salacious to put
Right.
into writings. So it was
Yep.
decided amongst men, and men are fallible, which should be in, which should not. What did the Dead Sea Scrolls say? What about giants? What about David and Goliath? What about, there's so much,
Right. Oh, yeah.
without splitting hairs and going into things about how I was raised or how you were raised, or whatever book
Mhm.
you decide to study and believe in. Spiritually, though, I think this
Mhm.
month a lot of people are going to wake up. Um,
Yes.
They're going to, I mean, you look at how many people, how many young kids now, college age, are actually going to the first services, their first
Right,
masses, just to check it out.
right.
Um, I think there's a lot of that going on, and then now with release of alien technology and stuff the government is releasing, I think that's putting a lot more question into people, and I think people should question. I think people should use
Absolutely.
their mind, use their mind, think about things, question everything, right?
Yeah,
I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong. I know what I believe, and what I believe may not be what you believe, but I think deep down we all believe in being good human beings, right? Good stewards of this
yep.
planet. And so I just let people have an open mind,
Mhm,
right? Do the
mhm.
do the research, check into
Yep.
things, read articles, watch documentaries, see
Yes.
what resonates, right?
Right.
Um, because I think right
And
now,
don't have go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just think right now, with the energy and there's a higher level of consciousness actually peaking right now, and I think people are now tapping into that, which is
Yep.
awesome. People who didn't think they had gifts are like, "Oh, how did I know that?" Right? We're waking up, we're remembering, we're starting to do that, and I think now June is the time that that's going to become more and more prevalent. That's all.
Right. Yep. And what you were saying about question everything, I totally agree with you because that puts us in conversations with each other.
Yeah.
And it's not to split us apart and you take that side and I'm taking this side. No, 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 no. It's because in those conversations we find the commonality, and in the commonality is the truth.
Yeah.
That thin line, that thread that runs through everything, that's where you find the truth. The others is superfluous. That's not saying that maybe, this piece on this side isn't true and that piece on that side isn't true.
Right.
But that's still up for discussion. And we're not supposed to know everything.
No.
So that's okay. So just keep talking and having these conversations. And we are walking into the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer here. And so, what better time to sit outside around a bonfire
Yep.
with family and friends, coworkers, whoever it might be, and talk about life?
Yeah.
Not to start fights or arguments, but how do you feel about that? And how do you feel about that?
Right.
And find those commonalities
Yeah,
because
for
that's what
sure.
that's what's going to hold us together are the
Turn off the
commonalities,
TV. Turn off the TV and make those connections. That's what it's about, right?
right? Absolutely. Um, we're about out of time here.
Okay.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think what both you and I got to bring to this month is be prepared for a lot of honesty, a lot of truth telling, a lot of fact finding that will all be for the betterment of mankind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's prosperity to be had this month for sure.
Yep.
And I
And break
think,
it down. Don't be
yeah,
complicated.
yeah, just be truthful.
Yeah.
Just be
Keep it
truthful with
simple.
yourself and others. And you know what? If those circles go away, then they're not your people, right?
Right.
Just be honest. And I think the more
Yeah.
you're honest with you and others, the more alignment I think you'll find, the more you'll feel like, oh, these people, I didn't think they would think that. Just
Right.
honest conversations, like you said, around the campfire. You never know until you talk to somebody. And even if you don't agree,
Mhm.
listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But you know what? Everybody should
Absolutely.
speak their truth.
Right. And if you would like to join Jen and I, we will both be traveling from our respective homesteads to the Searchers event in Deadwood, South Dakota. Was it June 25th to the 27th or right around
26th
that
and
time?
27th.
Okay, yeah. And so I know they've got a few spots left because we'd love to hang with you in one of the saloons or restaurants and have some of these conversations with you. Um, Shane Pittman, Josh Purvis, Sarah Lemos, they'll be there doing their whole paranormal pieces. We're going just as attendees. And so we'll have a lot more free time that we can hang out with any of you if you're in the area. So come and join us the end of June. And
Absolutely.
we'll also be taping July's show in Deadwood. And so you can come and sit and be our audience if you'd like there as well.
Awesome.
All right. Everybody have a great June. And we'll see you in July, if not before.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again for joining Chaplain Jodi on Survivor Angels. For more information, go to chaplainjodi.me. That's chaplainjodi.me. And on Facebook at Survivor Angels-Chaplain Jodi. This is Dave Schrader. Until next time, sending you off to activate your angels.